I know a lot of people who are deconstructing from a religion, and a lot of ex-Mormons really poo-poo spiritual experiences, or they say they've never had any. And it makes me feel like a real weirdo, because I had spiritual experiences in the church, and I can't explain all of them away, because a lot of them led to meeting my husband, and I think if I poo-pooed it, I'd be damned or something. So, since I've been on this theme of my racial issues with the Mormon Church, I thought I'd share a story. Take it or leave it. But this happened to me, and it helped me a lot at the time. I interpret it differently now than I did then, but I'm not going to deny that it happened. If you've watched my other TikToks, you know that I didn't want to marry my first husband. What you might not know is that I struggled with ideation of a certain kind, the unalive kind, and I'd struggled with it since the age of 5. I struggled with it throughout the grooming, the molestation, and the marriage. And it wasn't far from me during the honeymoon trip. It was bad the morning I woke up after my wedding day. It was bad on the way to the honeymoon place. And I basically felt like the living dead. Like my life was over. We were driving down the highway towards our destination, and in Georgia, I happened to see this brown sign along the road. The kind that's, a national monument or some historic place. And I felt this compelling urge to go see it. I didn't know why. I just needed to see the place. It was the Etowah Indian Mounds, and this site is much larger than it looks in the picture. I confess that I was glad that I got to the top without my new husband with me. Glad to be out of the car, glad to be away from him, even though I knew that's all my future was being stuck with him. I take a few steps onto the mound, and then something rushed over me. It felt both like standing under a waterfall and getting hit by lightning. It was so powerful, I fell to my knees and then to my butt, and I couldn't stand up. I haven't had a spiritual rush like this before or since. And the message was that I was loved, that this was a place of my people, that I had to keep going because I was theirs. And that's what my people do. We survive. It was my ancestors, and at the time I misinterpreted this as being a witness of the Book of Mormon. But it was my ancestors telling me to live.